So there's this thing that productivity nerds tend to do to get the most out of their day, out of their time, and that's a time audit. Get a spreadsheet and every 15 minutes write down what you did for the previous 15 minutes. I personally have done this many times. I've done the spreadsheet method, and most recently I've been using Toggle. I think I did it for almost 6 months pretty religiously, except for on the weekends and some nights. But I would track all of my time from the moment I woke up to the moment I went to bed for the most part. And it really paints a very clear picture of what you're spending the most time on. And usually, without doing this, you have a very distorted picture of what you think you spend your time doing. I remember Drew Houston of Dropbox talking about how he thought he spent most of his time doing marketing and business, but when he did this, he found out he was wasting a bunch of time on customer support and emails or low value tasks, essentially. But when I did this most recently, since I was tracking my entire day, obviously that meant that a lot of the time that was logged in the reports that I would check, a large proportion of my time went to my family. What I noticed is I got pretty perturbed over time at the amount of time that I was spending driving to and from school or driving to and from kids' activities, things like that. I felt a little guilty about it, kind of embarrassed to say it now, but it is what it is. Some of those things are annoying and do kind of suck, spending a lot of time commuting, what have you. But I noticed in myself that I was getting more upset about that time and more scarce with my time, which my personality type, I'm scarce with my time anyways. But I was more strict and harsh on the amount of time that I was giving to my family and to post-dinner time, pre-dinner time, doing the dishes, which is fine. That's actually an area of improvement or leverage if you have enough income to instead allocate that time to going out to eat so you don't have to spend half an hour cleaning the dishes. But instead of only focusing on the 2 hours of screen time that I was having per day, watching Netflix or scrolling or being on YouTube, I was more concerned with speeding through certain family tasks. So before I go and blame family, kids, friends for not having enough time to do something, for feeling like you don't have enough time to start something new, or blaming them for not being where you want to be, how about instead we first look at the time we are completely wasting on the phone, laying on the couch, the 15 minutes in between meetings, the half an hour extra on lunch that we spent doing nothing. How about we focus on optimizing those times first before we start making our family and friends pay for our own obsessions? Maybe this is just a message to myself. Maybe I'm the only one that does this, but I doubt it. As humans, we tend to blame everything else on others first and then look at ourselves last, if at all. All that being said, this is an extremely useful gauge or tool or trick to become way more productive. Like, it is amazing the amount of time that is wasted per day. And again, you can become obsessive with it, not wanting to waste any second, which to some degree can be good, but it becomes bad when you start rushing through things, or you're not in the present moment. You're not actually there fully enjoying life because you want to make things, the activities, tasks, be as efficient and as effective as possible. There is a better way to do it. I'm still learning. And to some degree, you do have to just start and improve as you go. Don't try to over optimize from the beginning. That's why just doing an audit of your time and seeing where it's going, just like if you are going to set a budget, you need to see where all your money is currently going before you can reallocate it to more useful or valuable things. You need to do the same thing with your time. The excuse of I don't have enough time baffles me, because there's the cliche thing of we all have the same 24 hours, but it's so damn true. If you don't have time to do something, then look at where your time is going. If you still don't have time after doing that, then figure out what you have to sacrifice, or figure out how you can get more efficient